Yep.
I'm Jim Ellsbury. I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Teacher Education. We are located in Goodman Hall. Goodman Hall is the former campus library, built in 1966. It's been renovated to with honors colleges upstairs and teacher education is downstairs. A couple things make teacher education distinctive from other programs on campus and other colleges. One of them is we're a very rigorous program. That rigor is expressed in several ways: grade point average, coursework, practicum. The trade-off for a rigorous program that takes effort to get through is that our graduates are in high demand. The other distinctive for our program is that we believe that teaching is a gift from God. God gives the ability to teach as a gift to some people, not others. And because of that, we believe He also calls those to whom He has given the gift of teaching into service in His kingdom as teachers. We focus on redemptive teachers. What does it mean to be a redemptive influence for the kingdom of God in a public school classroom? And that's sort of the core of our program. Practicums in the teacher education program begin right away in the very first class. It's a modest experience. Students either tutor for a semester at Boys and Girls Club, or they go to a J. Biztown, a mock city run by 6th graders in Fort Wayne, a really fun experience, and they get their first feel for what teaching is like. And then every subsequent year, practicums grow in length and intensity. So the sophomore year, they'll tutor at a local school. In the junior year, they actually teach, prepare lessons, and teach them and are observed teaching both semesters. And then student teaching is a full semester here. Part of the rigor of our program is that the state requirement for student teaching is 10 weeks, but we require a full 16 weeks of student teaching. 8 weeks in 2 different placements. Interestingly, probably 10 to 15% of our student teachers, 12 to 18 a year, go overseas to student teach, and they go to locations around the world. Probably China is the most common location, but pretty much we send students to Africa, Indonesia, Thailand, South America, Scotland, England, Russia, Kiev and Moscow, Russia, Japan, not Japan, but Korea, South Korea, Latin America. So one of the distinctives of our secondary program is that we work with our content partners: music and art, Spanish, TESOL, English, history, I'm missing some, I know, social studies, to prepare secondary majors. So we co-own those programs in a sense. And so to make that work for students, every secondary education major has two advisors, a content advisor and an education advisor, to keep them on the path toward graduation and certification. So there are three paths to graduation, licensure, and certification. One is elementary. Elementary, of course, is grades K through 6. In Indiana, the certification is not defined by grade span, but by developmental levels. So elementary is early childhood, middle childhood. Exceptional needs, special education is early childhood, K6 or K12. The third area is secondary education, and those are the fields. Students who receive the Indiana Wesleyan degree and Indiana certification can transfer to any other state, all 49 states and territories, by merely meeting state requirements. And because we are nationally accredited, that means usually only taking a state test. So most surrounding states, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, have a state test. But because Indiana also has a rigorous state test, and because our students are so well prepared, nearly 100% of our students pass Indiana state tests and their other state licensure tests as well. Many fine schools with good teacher education programs, but here's the thing I would say without boasting, I think, and that is we regularly hear from principals and superintendents at both student teaching requests we make to them and at hiring our graduates, give them a choice. They prefer Indiana Wesleyan student teachers. I had a principal email me recently saying he always goes through the stack and finds Indiana Wesleyan graduates' applications and put those at the top of the stack because he knows they're prepared to teach on the first day. He doesn't have to teach our graduates how to teach. The program is not the easiest program to get through, but the payoff is our graduates are in demand. So that's teacher education at Indiana Wesleyan University.